Turning setbacks into comebacks, resilience in business, the art of the comeback, the bounce back, the Chichilian never surrender attitude. Let's face it, the business journey isn't always sunshine and rainbows. Setbacks are inevitable, they're part and parcel of it, they happen, you can't avoid them. They're just, they're part of doing business, they're part of life. A product launch might flop. A key employee who you thought, was going to be here for years leaves, or the market just throws you a curveball. These moments can be discouraging. But here's the good news. Setbacks are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. This sounds cliche, but it's really true. I went from being the youngest person in Europe, the youngest person to own stores in major malls, Europe's biggest shopping center. I had a store at 17. I was a self-made teenager. Sounds funny when I say it all these years later. I went into the nightclub business and I made huge mistakes, catastrophic mistakes, thinking I had the Midas touch. Lost everything, and I had to reflect on things. I had to do the bounce back. I know what it's like to have it, lose it, and come back. I bounced back and I went on to build virtual staff.ph, the Philippines outsourcing marketplace, changed how people outsource and build remote teams. Maybe if I did not have the big setbacks early in my life, I didn't have those knockdowns, this would never happen. And by the way, here's the thing, right? So when it first happened and I lost everything before the big bounce backs, I felt like rubbish. I felt like crap. I felt worthless. I felt like I was lost. My identity was stripped from me. My identity taken from me by somebody. The point is, the bounce back, the comeback, it doesn't usually happen right away. The next day, the next week, next month, even the next year sometimes. We almost need a grieving period of self-pity. But the key thing is what we do after that. Do we stay in self-pity or do we bounce back? Do we stay down or do we look up and decide to get back in for another fight, back in for another round? The decision is a decision we all make internally. It's all about what you're made of. Are you made of strong stuff? Are you able to see adversity and come back? That ability to bounce back, to learn, to grow from challenges, that's what's going to separate us. It separates us from those who do and those who don't. It's all about building resilience, because life can be very, very tough. So how do we turn setbacks into comebacks? Here's a few key strategies, some strategies I've learned in my life. The first one's mindset shift. The first step's to ditch that fear of failure. Instead, what I found was cultivate a growth mindset. View setbacks as simply opportunities to learn and improve. Ask yourself, what can I take away from this experience? It's going to be a good lesson either way, very costly often, but good. Analyze what went wrong, identify areas for improvement. Use the knowledge to become stronger, to become smarter, insanity is about doing the same thing over and over, but doing things wrong, that's life. It's about figuring out in the end. That's all what matters, the results afterwards. Second, learn from the masters, analyze past battles. Every successful entrepreneur has a story of overcoming challenges. Take inspiration from them. Research how they navigated setbacks, what strategies they used to bounce back. Look for patterns. See if you can apply similar tactics to your own situation. Look at those, all the lessons are out there if you look, if you're willing to be open-minded about it. As I've said, I've been there as a teenage success story, all the way to, owing a fortune and losing the lot, to then going through a phase of self-pity before the bounce back, coming back bigger, stronger, more successful than ever before. Third tip would be take a step back and reassess. Sometimes it's good just to take a breather. When a setback hits, don't rush into knee-jerk reactions. It's one of the worst things you can do. Take some time to analyze the situation, do it with a clear head, reassess your strategy, identify where things went off track, be open to making adjustments. Really important. I did this probably for a bit too long in hindsight when I look back, but each to their own. Use the time to reflect. And remember, many successful business people, myself included, have all tasted huge upsets and failures in our lives. I think anybody who says they haven't is probably being quite disingenuous. The next tip would be embrace agility, be ready to pivot. The business landscape is always evolving. What worked yesterday might not work today. Be prepared to pivot your approach when necessary. Don't be afraid to experiment. Adapt your strategies as well. Explore new opportunities. See what works, and just try things. The fifth tip would be build a support system. Surround yourself with strength, with power, with no entrepreneur's an island. Surround yourself with that supportive network of mentors, colleagues, friends. When you face a setback, having a reliable support system can make a heck of a difference, a world of difference. They can offer guidance, they can offer encouragement, and sometimes just that fresh perspective that we need to get back on track. Also, by the way, for mental health and stuff like that, not necessarily a support network for your business, but what I've found is keeping sociable and having stuff in your personal life as well as your business can help a lot. Being completely just business, or work often isn't the best approach to life, in my opinion. 6th tip, remember your why, maintain your passion, the fire in your belly. That passion for your business. That's what's going to help. Ultimately, that's going to fuel your comeback. During the tough times, reconnect with your core purpose. Remember, why did you start this journey in the first place? Let that passion reignite your motivation. Let it propel you forward. Passion in life and business is a big driver. The power of a goal is remarkable. It's really, really remarkable, actually. It can really work wonders for you. Anyway, so incorporating these strategies, you can transform setbacks into valuable learning experiences. You can emerge from challenges stronger, more resilient, bigger and better than ever. Remember as well, take one thing from this video: setbacks are not failures, they're opportunities for growth. So remember, the bumps in the road, learn from them. Leverage them to fuel your own comeback story. Thanks for joining me today on Brody Insights. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up below, much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to Brody Insights for more business tips and tricks and also strategies on life and everything in between. Let's turn those setbacks into comebacks, should I say. Until next time, bye for now.